take a look at the euro dollar for the upcoming September the 11th session. And as you can see, we have not had any follow through, substantial follow through here on the daily chart with that break and close above this daily resistance line. To me, that's fairly significant. That means we might be pulling back in. So if we go down and take a look at a 4-hour chart, we're going to see if we're getting any kind of indication of that. You can see that the MACD has really lost all of its momentum, up and down, up and down, up and down. This is very dicey. This is telling us any trade we get into, we need to fund that trade with a larger percentage, 60 to 70% of our original position, for a smaller amount of pips, maybe anywhere between the 15 to 30, 35 pip range. So please keep that in mind as we look for trade setups. So let's take a look down at the 1-hour chart, and again you can see this up and down price action that's really been going on for the last couple days. We've gotten a couple short rallies and a lot of consolidation. This rally, and then we had this consolidation, even shorter rally, and a lot more consolidation, which is really giving us an idea that the price is tired. And this is what I like to refer to as, it's not really MACD divergence, because price is not moving higher and the indicator moving lower. Price is basically staying at the same level, and this is what I call MACD pressurization. And that means that it's pressurizing to pop down. It will act just like we anticipated to act, just like MACD divergence, but really price isn't moving to any significant higher, so I don't like to use the term divergence. And there's a lot of things that are suggesting that we're going to look to move down. And this could even happen during the Asian session. So let's go down to the 30-minute chart. As you can see here, the MACD is near the waterline. So it really looks like, again, with all this choppy price action, what it's actually given us, whoops, let me get that chart over, there we go. Let's take a look and draw this trend line. What's nice about what's happened here in late New York and right as we enter into the Asian session is the price has given us a little swing low here. So we're going to look to try and use Asia to negotiate and create a nice trade for the upcoming even Asian and European sessions. And so basically any kind of close above these highs here, again on a 30-minute chart, or I'm sorry, on a 60-minute chart at this point, any close above these highs here on a 60-minute chart we'd be looking to go long. Now why do we say 60-minute? Because we've had a lot of spikes up here, right? And it tested it several times. So we could come out here and get faked out on another 30-minute chart. So given the fact that this is considerable consolidation here, we're going to look for a close on the 60-minute chart above this high. On the way down, which there's a lot of possibilities that we could have this trend line violated. If you see this trend line that was put in here, any kind of close below this on a 30-minute chart, we're going to be targeting price to move back down to these lows here, and then leave some money on the table to see if it's going to keep breaking down. That's going to be significant because if it does close and continue on through this level, it's come back into that channel. Remember, it's come across, that's the daily trend line channel. Let's put that on there. It's come across that with no follow through. So if it closes back in here, we might start a trend all the way back to the other side. So we'll keep that in mind. So again, for the upcoming session, it's really going to be about 2 points. To me, these highs here, close above these on a 60-minute chart, we'd be looking to go long. And this trend line up here, any kind of violation of this on the 30-minute chart, we'd be looking to really go short. That's going to be a wrap for the euro dollar for the upcoming September the 11th session. Let's take a look at the pound dollar for the upcoming September the 11th session. Again, we're looking at these charts tonight on how to use Asia and then anticipate what we might see during the European sessions that are going to be upcoming here on September 11th. So let's take a look at price action again over this day. We've had that rally up that we possibly spoke about yesterday, and we'll take a look at that charts. Let's just go up to the daily chart real quick as a reminder of what's going on the pound dollar. And when we take a look at the pound dollar on the daily chart, if you remember, we had this trend line that came through here that we did break through, and now again we're up on top of it fairly strong. So when we get down to these lower time frames, what we want to keep our eye on is you can see price again. There's a lot of divergence. We finally got a really good pop out of here. And we're going to be watching, because of this divergence that exists, price moving higher here while the MACD has been moving actually lower. It didn't have as powerful a run up here. We're going to watch for a break below this trend line here. And we're going to go down to a 30-minute and look at it closer. We're going to watch for two things: a break below this trend line and a close below that on a 30-minute. And we're going to be looking for this to come back a little bit of a ways, maybe even back down into the 65.40s or so, which is, well over 100 pips away. And if you take a look at this on a 30-minute chart, you can see that there's a nice little trend line that's coming through here. There it is. We have a little slope of price. This is really at the extremes. What we'd really like to have happen during the Asian session is price really go up and retest these highs. And these highs basically hold, maybe go a little bit above that. And then we'd like to see a break below this, this trend line here on a 30-minute chart, and we'd look for price to again drop back down into this previous resistance level. So the trades that we're looking for are a buy based on a close of a 60-minute chart, a 60-minute candle above this high up here. Remember, it must close above this on a 60-minute chart for us to want to see that this is going to continue higher. And then a close below this trend line on a 30-minute. And again, this is going to be counter trend. The pound dollar has started to move back up. So on the sell here, we'd want to take our profit a little bit more aggressively. But remember, on a close of the 30-minute chart of a 30-minute candle, and we're looking to take price and fund our trade as it moves down. And then we're going to look for it to come back into this previous resistance area as support. So that's what we're going to look for during the Asian session for price to do that. Now, if price does happen to get down to these levels, late London, New York time, back down in here, then we'd be looking at our indicators for a reason to possibly buy. So that's going to be a wrap for the pound dollar for the upcoming September the 11th session.